Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm King Sama Agnes. Wow, and I hope you've been doing great. So we're going to be continuing on what we started some few weeks ago. I apologize that this video is dropping late. I've not been so well, but today we are going to be looking at the different factors that affect self-esteem. So stay tuned as we dive in. So I believe each and every one of us is from a family, and a family basically may not be only the people that you're related by blood, but it's basically the people that you grew up with in your beginning days, in your days from when you were born and everything. And the family is the basic functional unit of every society. The president of the United States is from a family, the prime minister of Cameroon is from a family, and you can name them. The people who are living in the slums, the people who are shooting and robbing people in the streets, they are from a family, and they are the people that make up the society. Why did I give these examples? Because a family plays a very important role in the life and the esteem of every individual. Like a brand new book, a baby is as innocent as the clean pages in that book. And in the very early years, what is inscripted, what is written there, are like the foundation to which they can build on. And that is why the family is very important as far as the esteem of a child is concerned. The things that their parents say, the encouragements that they receive, are the foundation on which they are going to build their esteem. Most homes or most families and most parents usually are not very encouraging to their children. Some parents find themselves being very insultive towards their children. In other homes, a grade below an A plus or anything below the first position doesn't matter in that home, and the children tend to feel that they can never ever mount up to something that their parents can appreciate, and this can actually diminish the esteem of a child. In other homes, parents cause children to behave out of the normal, and this is the other context of self-esteem. You know, in homes where they have people like nannies and everything, they allow their children to speak so rudely to their nannies. They allow their children to be extravagant, and they feel that they are providing, they're making their children to have the best life that they could, but they don't know that they're instilling character traits in them that will cause them to be rude and arrogant in the future. They feel that they can be able to have everything that they want simply because of maybe the riches that their parents have, and this can affect their esteem. They may feel too highly of themselves that they look down on about any other person, even people that are older than them, even people that senior them in several aspects of life. So family is very important. This will go out to the parents to encourage parents that please, let's develop the ability of encouraging our children. In the areas where they are weak, encourage them. In the areas where you see that they are strong, tell them that they are good and they can be better. The next factor we are going to be looking at is environment. And like trees that need water, sunlight, and nourishment for them to grow, so too does our esteem need nourishment for it to grow to a healthy state. And this particular factor is difficult to control. Just look at each and every one of us. Sometimes we wish, oh, I was going to be born in the United States. I wish I was born in the UK. I wish I was born in Australia. And usually those are factors that are beyond our control. Even the families that we are born into, we don't choose. So usually environment is difficult. But we cannot sideline or cancel the fact that where we are born or our environment actually influences the esteem and how we feel about ourselves. And the environment can basically be anything. It has to do with just about anything that feeds the mind, feeds the eyes of the individual that is in question. There's some kids that have extra number of toys, and you go back to your house, you have just one teddy bear to play with. These are the kids level. For grown-ups, girls may not be able to go out too often because they are sizing up with their mates who have glamorous dresses to go to proms. They have makeup kits and everything, and they're like, you know, I cannot be like them. I'm not as pretty as them. They have all the fancy clothes and everything. For the guys, your classmate may be driving a car to come to school, and you still have to pay the bus or ride a bike or something to get yourself to school, and this can affect so many people's self-esteem simply because of the things that are happening in their environment. If we dive into social media, where about the stars and the celebrities, their lives are flaunted everywhere on social media, their riches and their endowments are everywhere, and these are environmental factors which sometimes we cannot control. We cannot tell some people out there not to post because it's affecting our self-esteem. Is it bad for us to see these people with riches and everything? No, we can look at it from a better perspective, from a good perspective. That's to say, when you look at these people, don't look at them and use their positions to demean yourself. Rather, look at their positions as, goals or ambitions, and put yourself up to the task and say, if I work hard, if I put in all the efforts that I need, I'll get to where I need to be. And where you need to be is not another person's level. This is like, please, if you've not watched our previous video, you can go back to the previous video and check it out, because you cannot measure up yourself with another person. Your potential is not limited to others. So put in some hard work and you can be the best version of yourself, the best version of you. There's this analogy about a shoe and a person that doesn't have legs. And it says, show me a person that doesn't have shoes. It's like he's asking for shoes. And it says, I will show you somebody that doesn't even have legs. So always remember that where you are is another person's prayer point. So you're looking at another person and feeling less than yourself. But trust me, there's somebody who is praying to be just who you are, or to be just where you are. So this should encourage us to seek growth. So the third factor we're going to be looking at is romantic relationships. And people should be wondering, how does it affect my esteem? And the truth is, romantic relationships affect our esteem. They have an effect on our esteem. Basically, almost all relationships actually do. Our friends, the people we hang around, the people we interact with, they generally have an effect. And if I'm able to explain romantic relationships, just know that in a lighter or like in a more softer way, other types of relationships may have an effect on us. And so romantic relationships have an effect because to be in a romantic relationship means you're in a place of vulnerability. You're in a place where usually you let your guard down because you're trying to be open to love. You're trying to open up yourself to being loved and to also love people. And usually there are two things, like you're opening up your heart to love and the possibility of also being hurt. Because once you let your guard down, once you're vulnerable, the person or your partner in question has the ability to build you or to hurt you. And so in romantic relationships, people can be dating people who are very abusive, not only in words, but even being very abusive with beating them. And in some cases, if you're in a relationship where a guy is cheating or is having relationships with other people, they affect you. You start questioning yourself and asking if you're not enough, you're not pretty enough, that he has to be going out to see other people. And this can affect our self-esteem. If a guy hits you, if a guy lays his hands on you, you wonder if you're worthy of care. You wonder why. Sometimes you depict yourself as little as an animal, because it's in our country they used to use whips to cause cows to move, to direct cows and sheep. Even in the Bible they used a rod to hit sheep. And imagine you being beaten by somebody who is professing to love you. You question your value, you question how the person sees you, and obviously you start questioning how you see yourself. So the truth is, romantic relationships have an effect on people. And in the quest to lay and establish a foundation, if you're in a romantic relationship, the relationship is supposed to make you to grow. The relationship is supposed to endow you. The relationship is supposed to boost your esteem rather than make you feel any less than yourself. And I want to speak to somebody who is out there who may be in such a relationship. If you're feeling any less, valueless, you should question that relationship. If they are hitting you, my sister, please run. Yes, I'm seeing one. Yeah. And so every relationship, especially a romantic relationship that is leading to future prospects of getting married, you should try your possible best to know that you are pouring into the growth of that person. So every romantic relationship is meant for pouring in. Love is about giving, so the person should be ready to give you affection, care, support in such a way that it can boost all the different potentials that are hidden in you, the things that you're capable of. That person should be able to bring them out and help you to sharpen them. So be careful with the type of relationships that you get yourself into. So the last and final one we are going to be looking at is age. And the truth is, we are all on this journey of growing. I remember there was some time in my life I told my mom, I said, I want to remain your baby, I want to remain your small little girl that you can be pampering, because it had dawned on me the responsibilities that come with growing up. Growing up is not easy, and as we age, different challenges come, different struggles arise, and we start questioning if we are good enough. And age is what we cannot question. It's happening. Time is passing, the seconds are going, the minutes are passing as we are talking and discussing and interacting. And it affects our self-esteem in several ways, which I'm going to lay emphasis, I'm going to explain on. In the context of age, we look at people that maybe we were born the same time with, some people that we graduated with, some people that we were eating together in the dormitory school with, and they've attained certain levels in their life. Maybe they're already having careers, they are working, they are earning very high salaries and everything. And then we look at our lives and we are wondering if we are not, especially people that are really hardworking, and they wonder if they didn't put up the work or they didn't do anything. Like, why are they still at this level? And as they age and they're going, they are wondering if they are going to make any influence or any impact as the time is passing. And like this fruit, which I'm going to use as an analogy, sometimes we are born at the same time, sometimes we graduate the same time, but the truth is all our destinies are different. And see from the fruit, one is already ripe while the other one is still green, but it doesn't cancel the fact that that one still has the potential of becoming ripe. The only difference is in the timing. So yes, we are not calling out people to be lazy and sit down and not do anything about their lives, no, but I'm saying that let's not allow what other people, like the people in our peers, maybe they've attained before us, to make us feel, to demean ourselves and feel like we have not achieved or attained anything in life. Ladies sometimes feel a little bit less than themselves because at a particular age they are not yet married or they've not yet gotten established, and so on and so forth. Let's remember that in this journey of life, we all have different destinies. God has destined us differently. Our paths, our trajectories are all different. If we would just lean into God and depend on His leadership, then we can be able to sprout and blossom and produce the fruits that we have to produce in the time and the season that God has ordained for it to happen. And if you've gotten to some level in life where you've already attained a lot, maybe at a very young age, I think it's a tool that you can use to encourage other people and not to downside other people or discourage other people. And this is one aspect too that I really want to lay emphasis on, especially as an individual. I want to speak to people that are young out there, and I want to make them to understand that don't also use your age as something to lean on and say you cannot do certain things. Don't think that you're too young to step up and make a change. The truth is, we sometimes use our ages and feel like, no, we are too small, and we shy away from a lot of things. When opportunities come, we say, no, let the older brother or older sister do it. Like, we look down on ourselves because of our ages. If you have the capabilities, if you have been endowed with the blessings to do great things, please do them. Don't deprive the world of the greatness that is in you because of your age. I just want you to remember that when David was anointed, he was picked among all of his brothers who were older than him. And they even looked, I think when Samuel was coming, he felt like this physique and everything was what these were the leadership skills they were looking for. But no, they looked for David. So don't allow your age to make you to feel any less than who you are or incapable of doing great things. So I'm so happy that I was able to shoot this video. I'm so happy that I was able to bless somebody's life out there. And please remember to drop your comments in the section below. Drop your comment. If you think there's a factor that affects people's esteem that I have not mentioned, feel free to drop it there. And if this video has blessed you, just share your experience in the comment section. Like, follow, you can share. I look forward to sharing more content with each and everyone on this platform. I remain yours truly, Gang Summer Agnes. Bye.